Everything I'm saying is just my opinion and speculation. But watch this.
Push it. Just shows me is like you have no idea who you're dealing with or who you're messing with. And I think he's taking the
Him saying this, I think really plays a part in this whole investigation. Watch this. Just pay attention to things he's saying. I think he's speaking in code. But watch.
where has it been shown. You brought Benjamin Crump to stir up a community that's already tight-knit. Yeah, we might not be best friends with everybody, but I promise, if you're talking about Ocean Springs as a whole, Ocean Springs is going to have Ocean Springs back, 110%. We back each other. Everybody I've seen, we back each other.
Remember he said that. Remember. But I also, like I told you, I think he's speaking in code. I think he's trying to tell on them without having to say it. But listen.
Beat myself up anytime it crosses my mind. Because in my head, if I wasn't drinking, if I didn't get into that altercation, maybe I would be able to do something. Maybe I would have saw something. Maybe I would have told Nolan, hey, man, you're not going with that girl. Just come back with us. We're going back a little bit later. We can go meet up with the guys later. Maybe it just plays out different. And then the fact that they're going to...
In my opinion, I think he means when he saw Nolan walking away with Katie, heading towards that boat, he knew it was a bad decision. He knew it. But I'm going to let you see when he said that Nolan went towards the boat. And now we starting to see that Katie was really with them the whole time.
The last time I saw Nolan, I was walking to the boat. This was before the fight. It's me and my old lady. We had just got out of a group of people. Nolan was walking towards Wyatt's boat. I was walking in the opposite direction towards my boat. And I dabbed Nolan up. I made a slick comment about something, actually about the girl that he was with. I made a slick comment to him, us joking around, and I kept going. And not even 10 minutes after that is when I got into a fight. Last thing I told Nolan was, all right, buddy, I love you, see you later. And I'm glad I said it. I had been under the influence a little bit, and that's probably why I did say it at the time, just, getting all lovey-dovey, but I'm at peace I said it. I'm glad I said it. That was my last encounter with Nolan.
Y'all don't see how he talking? Like he know when Nolan went to that boat, that was going to be the last moment he ever saw him. And the last moment he did see him. The boat. Don't forget that Nolan went towards the boat with Katie. And we realize now that when they called the Cito people, that Bart was there helping them with the Cito. Katie's ex. Allegedly ex. I need y'all to pay attention to something he does. Every time they mention the boat, he's deassociating himself with the boat. Watch how he says it. And he's going to be clear the way he says it. Because he don't want to be attached to anything that happened on that boat. Pay attention.
Through just your perspective from that day, I don't know if did you go with them initially? Were you a part of the group that went to Horn Island?
So I wasn't, clear that up. No, I was not on the boat with them. Yes, I was a part of the group that was supposed to go out. So
he needs a lie detector test. Every time he gets nervous, when he don't want to say the wrong thing, he crosses his arm and leans. He does his thing. Every time, peep it, he knows something. And they need to give him a lie detector test. He knows something. This is another example from the come up of him knowing something's off. Warren asked him about Nolan. He told Warren, look, wherever Katie last was, just talk to her because she was last with Nolan. So he already know, hey, I know I saw Nolan go towards y'all boat with her. So, but he don't want to say it.
And Warren gets on the phone and he's just like, hey man, he was like, hey, have you talked to Nolan? Anything else? I was like, no, I haven't talked to him, man. He was with that girl last time I knew. And he was like, okay. He was like, man, we can't get a hold of him. We don't know where he's at. And I was like, man, it's Nolan. He's probably just out somewhere with that girl. Like, get a hold of the girl, you'll probably find Nolan. It's no big deal. And he was like, all right. He was like, but we're starting to freak out. We're getting on the phone with Coast Guard. I was like, okay. And at that time, he had already talked to his mom, Nolan's mom. And he was...
Peep how he said it. He knows something ain't right. But like he said, Ocean Springs sticks together. He knows something ain't right because how he talked to him. And watch how he says this. He gonna word it in a way so he don't be incriminated at all. Watch how he words it. He gonna be like, what?
Getting on the phone with the Coast Guard. And I'd called... I need to be specific about this. I did not call Warren's phone. I called another one of our buddies' phone, and it was on speakerphone. They were all together. I was talking on my other buddy's phone, talking to Warren. He was dialing Coast Guard because he hung up the phone and was like, hey, this is them, bye, and hung up the phone. And that was the last time I talked to him until the next morning when we all decided.
You peeped that. You peeped that, right? I know you peeped that. He made sure to be like, look, I called my buddy, and I think his buddy is Bart because he know his buddy used to date Katie. Allegedly. Now, when he called him, I'm almost positive that he was calling him because he knew, in deep down in his head, he knew, damn, I saw him walking away with Katie going towards Wyatt's boat. What's going on?
Decided, well, when I woke up about 7 o'clock that morning, we had all decided that we were going to go out on the boat and go look for Nolan. Wyatt had already had his boat still in the water. We took that boat out. It was
what day are we talking?
That's Sunday morning.
Sunday morning on the 5th. The 5th?
So
y'all not peeping what he putting down. Wyatt boat was still down. Everybody puts their boats up when they get back. But Wyatt boat was still down. Y'all not putting down what he putting down. Y'all not putting it on. He's telling, but he not telling. Allegedly, all of them, the boys, deactivated their social medias after everything happened, right? Right? And all supposed friends. Now, he gonna ask them a question. He gonna ask them a question, and he's gonna lie. Straight up lie.
Man.
Yeah.
They told us to get on social media and find out any information we can. And by that time, we had already talked to a good amount of people out there. So it just made sense. So we went back in and we concluded our search and started the search off socials and started sharing everything we could and try to get a hold of anybody that could have talked to Nolan, that Nolan possibly would have reached out to. And that led into...
Did anybody see the friends do a lot of sharing Nolan Wells? Because I didn't see nothing. Did you? Somebody show me some proof of them sharing that Nolan was missing and all that before allegedly they deactivated their social media. And y'all remember when I told you he does this thing when he get nervous where he's gonna lie or tell you something that really ain't the truth, but it's mixed with the truth? Watch how he leans when he asks him about the death threats. Watch him.
You know, because I know that the other young men that I spoke to about this, especially the white young men, they're getting all kind of death threats. They're being accused of killing Nolan. Do you get the same backlash and threats that some of those guys have gotten?
Yes, I've gotten the death threats per se, but I've also gotten the threats along the lines of where it's like,
I told you. I'm out.